right, welcome to the show, folks. Boy, we found out a lot of things today. The Mizzou story keeps getting messier and messier, and that's if you're concerned about the truth. And we also found out that if you have a run-in with the law, you might want to hire a brain surgeon instead of a lawyer. So we'll talk about that a little bit.
They are not similar, I can tell you that.
But maybe they can both get you off. Hopefully you folks will enjoy tonight's show. Thanks for listening. That's right, you got the American Adversaries Drive Time Primetime Show coming to you live on FM 105.5 and AM 660 The Answer, and of course always AM660theanswer.com, where you can still think there might be a ticket or two left. You can give it a try for the GOP Summit, which is actually kicking off tonight with a keynote address speech by former Vice President Dick Cheney down at the Disney Contemporary Hotel, and then tomorrow all the other candidates begin to parade in and out of town, which will culminate Saturday afternoon. All right, this show culminates in a mere 2 hours from now, so we'll try to make the best of it and hope you stick with us all the way through it as we come to you live from the Mercury Free Broadcasting Studios. And please don't forget, for the very best in Mercury Free dental care, call my dentist, Dr. James E. Hardy, at 407-678-3399. I was in the chair just the other day and got the works, and my teeth feel great. And don't forget to ask him about his book, Mercury Free. All right, 407-774-8255 is our number, and pull that thing out of its holster and get it ready to go, because we got another contest lined up for you today. I am Christopher Hart. Nicholas Cicero is on the bridge. To my left, I'll deal to the left tonight. I got Aubrey Khan, Firm Foundation Home Inspections, and also Ask the Expert radio show host himself.
Talk to the experts.
Talk, I keep getting that backwards. Talk to the experts.
Ask the Experts is 2 hours before me on the same station.
And hosted by our very own Big Jim Turner.
Big Jim Turner, yes.
Big Jim, the Big Tuna.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have a question for you.
Okay.
The keynote speaker tonight is an establishment guy that shoots his hunting partners. What the hell are they doing with him there?
It's interesting, you know. He's establishment, but kind of not establishment. But he will be kicking it off tonight. And I don't think he brought any guns with him. I
hope not.
He's got the guys packing the guns with him. All right, the next to Aubrey is, of course, General.
El General.
Lucas Paris, wearing some new duds over there, it looks like.
I'm loving this t-shirt. Finally got myself an American Adversaries t-shirt.
Yeah, the brand new brand t-shirt, that's right. And, of course, he's got the Pariscope up and running. Tell them where they can take a view of us.
Go to youtube.com, type into the search bar, Adversaries TV, one word. You'll find our channel, click on it. Newest videos are at the top, older ones in descending order. Come to Periscope Depth with us here on the American Adversaries.
Not only will you see this skinny bird and the fine profile of Aubrey Khan, but you will also see the fine manly profile of our chairman of the board, and that, of course, would be Mike McBath.
Well, again, it's great, but when I see him, he looks like a Star Wars character. I'm telling you, I get nervous every time, or some type of pervert. I'm not sure what.
Like R2 over here, only I talk more. You know?
Well, what this guy is hanging around here. Yeah. I don't see him in bathroom.
If he had long hair or an afro, he could hide that camera, and you would never
I haven't gone inquire paparazzi yet, Mike. You're safe.
But Mike's got some breaking news.
Yeah, Chris, this is actually a real shocker. As you know, we have a lot of older citizens listen to our show, and this is actually bad news for our older Americans. To help save the economy, the federal government will announce next month that the Obama Immigration Department will start deporting senior citizens in order to lower Social Security and Medicare costs. Now, they were going to deport illegal aliens, but they realized that older people were easier to catch and also cannot figure out how to get back home. So this is your government working at its finest pace. So
leave it to the president to find a way to make our lives better.
I know.
Right?
Oh
my goodness.
I hope this is not truthful.
Yeah, definitely. All right, but there are some more, shall we say, pertinent facts coming out about, of course, Obamacare and other things that we're having to do without because of things that this president has done in the name of making our lives better for us. And we'll be talking about those during the show today. and we'll be talking about the Mizzou situation, even as it's being revealed to be mostly all fraud and lies. It is spreading around the country.
Yeah.
The universities all around the country.
I'm going to tell
colleges.
you when I predict it stops, and I mean this. It's going to stop like a rock in about 30 days. You know why? These kids don't know what they're doing, and guess what?
It'll be
winter
break.
arrives. You
Yeah.
got it.
Winter break.
These people. I mean, I love the kid that was on a hunger strike. Did you see that kid? He looked like he never missed a meal in his life. You know, what was he going to do? Go from a large pizza to a small pizza? Give me a break.
And he's complaining about income inequality when his family's worth like 20 million.
His dad made $8 million last year
last
alone.
year alone.
Could you imagine, though, if you were the father of him going, "Hey, son, shut up."
Well,
Okay.
see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
The father never did
Yeah.
say anything like that.
He'd have gotten the news. He'd have gotten a call from me if it was my son.
Well,
I would have I would have pulled him out of school, and I would have taped his mouth shut.
Yeah.
Well,
He was going on a hunger strike, but as I say,
Well,
it looked like
if
he
I
hadn't missed a
taped his
pizza
mouth
for
shut,
years.
that would help him.
and by the way, as we spoke about on the show yesterday, he was on this hunger strike because he was all mad because the university had quote unquote taken away his health care when he graduated from undergraduate
I know.
into graduate school.
Yeah.
Only to be we find out that the reason he lost his health care is because when you graduate after 4 years, you then have to go on to the Obamacare exchange. It was not up to the school. It was up to Obamacare that decided that he and everyone like him is going to, if they have not already, lose their care once they graduate after the 4-year degree. And once you go into graduate school, should you choose to do that, you have to go on to the exchange. Or just declare poverty. In some states, they'll either put you on Medicaid, or in the state of Florida, you'll be de facto on Medicaid. So, you know,
Chris,
once again, it's all a fraud, all a hoax.
The other thing I loved was, here we go again, the ESPN sports announcers and everybody, they were so excited about joining hands and arms with the football team.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, there was nothing going on. You people don't research anything. You're the same people, the ESPYs, that gave Bruce Jenner over that young lady that should have won the award hands down. Here they are like, oh, this is a real movement going for us. Hey, idiot. Nothing's going on, buddy. Study what took place on campus.
Aren't they beginning to do a little bit of backtracking?
Well, of course, you know how that works.
Yeah.
But remember, ESPN is controlled by who? Disney.
Right.
The perpetuator of all liberal movements. You know, so, you know, was I surprised to see them all fall in line like ducks? Not at all. Should they be embarrassed? Yeah, maybe they should resign.
Well, as it turns out, as we said, and we'll get into this a little bit more, because even as it's being found out that these kids were, let's just say, pulling a prank at least, or a hoax at worst, it is now spreading around the country, and which leads me to believe that this never was really about the kids on the campus, that this is a political tactic, stratagem, whatever if you want to say, by liberals. But we'll talk about that in a minute, because we need to get our contest started.
Oh, Chris, we got to be pumped up, right? I mean,
Yes, sir.
you and Aubrey are going to be out there tomorrow with all these top politicians and everything, and I think we need some questions answered. So
Yep.
now we're going to go to our listening audience, and we're going to ask them. You know, call in. We got prizes available for, what, first, second, maybe third?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to give 2 prizes away to the top questions. One will be sort of, if you will, a gag question. Not to get the candidate, you know, not a joke on them, but
Right.
a joke on maybe one of the other candidates or somebody in particular in the media would be a nice way to approach that one. And then the other one would be the more, if you will, serious question.
Then I'll give you 2 examples.
And you can, and I don't know who all we can or may interview, but you can specify who you would most like to answer that question, but assume that I would ask it of any of the
Right,
candidates.
and we'll give 2 examples. Let's say Carly comes along.
Yeah.
Now, I hope she
You gotta get
smiles
that-
at you,
Just pull that
Chris.
mic, there you go.
I think she'll give you a big smile, but remember, what I would like you to ask Carly is say, do you think Raven, and for those who watch The View, that strange-looking woman, you know, from The View,
I thought that was
do
Whoopi.
you think Raven has an IQ less than a bird? And I think I would love to hear her. She'd probably start laughing. Now, the serious question might be something like this. Trump, will you audit, and we both would love to see this, you know, the military establishment, the IRS, and have people jail, and I'm going to emphasize that word, jail, for all these major financial infractions that must be just by the hundreds and hundreds. So these are the type of things, but Chris, he's going to be the messenger. Please deliver the message to him, and we'll see who wins.
So we'll start taking those calls immediately. We'll do like we've been doing. We'll take the calls throughout the show, and in the final segment of the show, we'll announce the 2 winners.
Now, Chris,
all right, so
now do they get a pizza on Monday? No, they won't. No pizza for them on Monday.
If they want to get in.
No pizza for you.
Well, actually, what we will have, though, is $20 gift cards to Cafe Positano. And I think we're going to throw in a couple of those massage things, too, aren't we?
All right,
We got a couple of those?
5 left.
All right, well, we'll give at least 2 of those away today. All right, so the winners will get a 30-minute chair massage at Marilyn Monroe's.
In Oviedo. And it's not going to be done by Aubrey. Let me go like this. I'm not taking this massage. Are you kidding me?
Oh, my Lord.
Now the ladies aren't going to call in. Come on.
Maybe somebody out there would like a massage by Aubrey.
Caitlin, stay out of
there.
Caitlin, switch.
So if you got your questions ready, give us a call. 407-774-8255. Once again, we'll take them throughout the show. And by the way, if you want to change a question, we kind of had to come up with a new rule. We'll allow 1 change, okay? You can change it, but change it 1 time. And we'll be right back, and we'll start taking calls as soon as we get back. Let's see what we can come up with. Some good questions for these guys and gals.
All right.